What's good, beautiful people? Welcome to another episode of the Sportsload podcast. I'm your host, JAH. I'm joined by my boy K, Van, and we got a new member to the crew, Greg. Greg. What's good, Greg? How's everything? As you can see, ladies and gentlemen, we have a shitty Lakers fan here. Whatever. How about them Lakers? He's more of a LeBron nomad, by the way. If LeBron comes to the Knicks, he'll probably wear a Knicks jersey.
LeBron's gonna be a Mav in a couple of years, in a year.
Probably. He might just sign 1-year deals just to join every team.
Don't pull a Shaq on us, bro. If LeBron pulls a Shaq, that kills his fucking legacy, bro.
Yeah.
No, that's not gonna happen.
I forgot Shaq played for the Suns.
Shaq became a real prostitute for the NBA.
Yeah, for real. For real. All right, fellas, let's get right into it. We into the basketball playoffs. Yesterday's game, reaction to the Knicks beating Boston Celtics with a Tatum injury to add some caveat to the argument. You know what I mean? Did the Knicks beat the Boston Celtics, or did the Boston Celtics beat themselves? Pause.
I think this was mainly a karma biting Cavs. I mean, Cavs, the Celtics, because they always had the scenario of like their championship run was so easy.
Mm-hmm.
So now it's biting them in the ass. But I'll say this is the biggest but of them all. Pause.
Mm-hmm.
Jaylen Brown has to step up now. This man is making $300 and something million a year, and he's gonna step up. And this is why this is the biggest but. I see them trading him this offseason.
No, I don't see it now. Now, if Tatum was healthy, yeah. But now he has leverage.
Well,
I agree with y'all.
To be
tank.
Well, to be fair, I was thinking this, right? Because there was reports of the Celtics are gonna shred some money because of the second apron and all that stuff. And they're gonna stop spending money. They just got a new ownership, by the way, and they're cheaping out already.
Yeah.
But
100%.
I think Jaylen Brown might be the rocket that a lot of people like. I once rumored Kevin Durant, Giannis. I think Jaylen Brown might be that guy that might get traded to Houston.
He will be a great commodity for any team, for sure. I think whoever gets him gets a steal, but we did gotta incorporate that money. That's why Phoenix would probably make sense, because they got money to that owner he'll spend whatever, or he'll take in a lot of money.
They'll have to get rid of Bradley Beal.
Bradley Beal, he has control of his own fate. He has a no trade clause. Like, can you imagine him? Like, they've been trying to get rid of him. That's one of the biggest blunders in one of the NBA. Whoever's in Washington history, pretty much they gave him that contract. You know, like, only LeBron has a no trade clause, and the next guy's him. You know what I mean, that don't make any sense.
It's crazy that Luka doesn't have one.
Yeah, Luka doesn't have one. A lot of
Jokic doesn't even have one.
Jokic don't even have one. Fucking Bradley Beal. But my thing is, like, I would agree with you if that Tatum injury didn't happen, unless they really just want to just shred it and just start all over and then kick the bucket. That also makes sense. But if you're gonna do it, you gotta do it for one of these draft picks now, because this is a pretty top 5. You know what? I'll be nice. I'll be top 10 players like in this draft. You can definitely get some. You can get like a nice little patch up this draft. Yeah, you get some studs in the top 10 for sure.
Well, I was thinking he's gonna be Houston bound, because you can kind of get a package of Smith Jr., probably like Cam Whitmore, and then that 10th overall pick, which is from Phoenix. For Jabari.
I will take the 10th, Jabari, Jaylen.
I don't think Jaylen's
sure.
gonna be there. I think they're. Rumor has it like they're keeping that man, which I'm not.
But for Jaylen Brown, come on.
Yeah, I mean, Houston doesn't really have a lot on their cap, so they can kind of just take the whatever. But and probably Fred VanVleet is going to be in part of that deal, because he's like making $50 million a year or some shit.
So I don't think he's gonna get traded to Boston. They probably trade him somewhere else.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah,
like a 3-team deal.
Probably 3-team or even a 4-team deal. I don't, but for sure, one thing I think we all. What happened, Greg?
I start to see a 3-2 happening.
Yeah, but realistically though, like right away, I could see Drew Holiday being gone, Porzingis being gone. Those are the guys that these are easy. Like get those guys out of there. Cornet and Princeton they're not hitting the money. Like they're not killing the cap. So Porzingis and Drew Holiday for sure. Like those are the easy outs for sure. And then like if you really try to shrink cap, then you gotta get rid of out of the two. You're gonna have to get rid of Jaylen Brown. But the thing is, he just signed that contract.
Yeah, I mean he's one of the biggest NBA contracts right now. So
yeah, he's at 300. He's at 300, right?
Yeah, I can look it up. Give you the exact number, but it's plus 300.
I want to say I think it's 309, right? I want to say 309.
I think so. But I agree with the Porzingis.
3 or 4. 3 or 4.
They want to get away from him.
Yeah, but Porzingis is like he's an oddity. Like, what the hell's going on? Like, does he got like what the fuck is wrong with him? Like, what sickness he got? Because he's been having this illness for like what 2 months?
I don't know.
Did he get some Boston clam chowder he wasn't supposed to be eating? Nice.
Yeah.
You got no doubt. You know what I meant.
I think everyone did, but I don't know what's going on with him. I mean, that Boston team is collapsing hard.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, I people want to, that's the thing. Like, history always messes things up. Like, people are like, oh, the reason why the Knicks won or going to win the series is, Tatum got hurt. They was up by 9, and they was up 2-0 with a healthy Tatum. You know what I mean? Right. So like, the Knicks really just outplayed them and outmuscled them in this game. In the second half, the Knicks are a second half team, whereas like Boston's a live by the 3, die by the 3. And I agree with you, Kane. Like Jalen has to have a great game. I wouldn't even be surprised if they do win Game 5 because they are 8-2 without Tatum. But when you look it up, those 8-2 was against mediocre teams, and the Knicks are in a different. This is playoff time. I
want to be the jinx right now. Sorry. Mm-hmm. The Knicks are undefeated when they play on TNT. So.
TNT and on the road. Apparently, too, they're undefeated on the road.
They are playing on TNT, so.
Mm-hmm. I think. I lost my train of thought.
Sorry.
It's all right. It's all right. But I
just think Jaylen Brown's gonna choke. I think they lost all their momentum, like trying to stay alive in the series, died when Jason Tatum fucking blew up his.
They sucked the energy out that. Even that whole city, and you could feel like if you guys saw the press conference, it was like heads down, somber. It's like a funeral just went through there. Well, it's rough and it's sad because Jason Tatum is one of the very top 6, definitely top 10 players in the NBA.
Right.
You know what I mean, the only thing is he lacks a killer instinct. And that's the only knock on him is that
I think Brown is going to try. But the Knicks is going to lock in on him. The Knicks is going to lock him down.
Yeah, look, given the fact that what happened with today's game with Cleveland and Indiana, the Knicks should close it out for their sake. They should close it out.
I can't wait for them to run it back.
Yeah,
I can't wait for them to run it back with them.
Yeah, this is the one. This is like the Knicks revenge tour. I swear to God, it feels like a Knicks revenge tour. Like, but again, I don't feel like you sleep on Indiana, man. That team, look what they did to the Cavs. Now, again, I had the Cavs in 7. I knew this series was going to go 7 games. I didn't think Indiana was going to punch them in the face like they did. Like, I thought eventually defense was going to win out and the Cavs were going to take it in 7. But Indiana they just need to play like for the whole game, give you 10 minutes of defense, and they'll just outball you to the thing. The first thing 120 points, and then they'll win. Anything over 100, it benefits them. So they just need to play defense for 10 minutes. That's all they needed to do. Look at the game. Game 2 is a perfect example. Cleveland was running through the whole game, and fucking Halliburton just went off, hit a buzzer beater right there in net. They just shut them down for the last 6 to 8 minutes in that game, in the fourth quarter, and they just went on a run. Almost went on a fucking 20, what was it, 18-something run? And Cleveland choked that game away. That series was over really in game 2.
To be fair, I don't think Cleveland is really that healthy though this whole series.
Yeah,
didn't they losing like 3 plays like for one game?
Yeah, absolutely. But you had a 20-point lead in the fourth quarter with Donovan Mitchell going off. And the thing is, everybody in the playoff is hurt. Everybody's at least nicked up for sure. We talked about in the last podcast, Garland had a big toe injury.
Yeah.
A big toe.
Yep.
A big toe. What exactly? Walk it off, dude.
Yeah.
You think Tatum would have fucking if he got you think these guys Tatum has a fucking a fucked up thumb?
Tatum has a torn Achilles now, but you were talking about Curry. You're talking about Curry.
Yeah, Curry. Sorry, Curry was playing with a fucked up thumb, and he played.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And hamstring now.
What is but hamstrings are sketch like that. Those you can't do nothing about it.
Those are career enders if you fuck up your hamstring.
Right. Yeah, hamstring is that's what I'm worried about, OG. But like if you tweak your hamstring, mild, even if it's a mild hamstring pull, you look at Curry, he's gonna be out until game 6. You can't do nothing about. There's no surgery for hamstrings. You gotta rest those.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Achilles was different. They think he had to go to surgery right away.
Yep. He just had surgery today.
He just had the surgery today. Do y'all do to our listeners and to you guys? If you guys get a chance, go look up the surgery for Achilles. It's fucking insane.
It is.
It's a lot of drilling. Nuts. Yeah, it's drilling microfibers and a lot of tugging.
Yeah. There's literally like 5 players that came back from an Achilles tear in the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
Kevin Durant was one of them.
Yeah.
And Clay technically.
Clay had one.
Kevin Durant did come back. He was on the Warriors. He tore his Achilles, and then he's
haven't been the same player though.
I beg to differ.
Yeah, I think
he's the one guy.
So Flash took the whole Kevin Durant hand there, but not the same.
He got that late in not late in his career, but he's already like.
Yeah, he was on the Warriors, but like he was cooking it with when he was in Brooklyn, and
remember he carried them to almost to the finals. He was really one big toe away from taking them to the finals.
Yeah, talking to big toes.
True.
With this Cavs team, just something tells me that this is going to be the team that Kevin Durant is going to go to.
Nah.
They can't rerun this team, man. They cannot.
They are. They're gonna do it. I don't agree. I don't think they should. But
you think Max Strus should be their starting small forward?
No, I think they'll do. I think they're gonna run that by committee. They'll probably get like a patch up guy, not him, but I'm just picking up like a name out of my head, like a Bogdan Bogdanovic kind of dude, like one of those guys that don't play defense but just shoot threes, like those, like a legit role player.
I think Kevin Durant would fit here perfectly.
Is Hunter starting?
No.
Start him.
He's getting 29 minutes, which I guess he's considered their 6th man. Max is their starter.
Travis Hunter, right?
Yeah, Travis
Hunter. Not Travis Hunter. Not Travis Hunter.
Not Travis Hunter.
DeAndre Hunter.
Yeah, why does not play though?
He's a 6th man right now, and he only had 12 points. I mean, Max Strus he went 0 for 9. By the way, he had 0 points.
Yeah.
So like I said, I think this would be a team that would fit the Kevin Durant mold, where Donovan Mitchell gave you 25. He gave you 35 today. He was giving you good numbers.
He was giving you great numbers, but he carried that team.
Garland obviously choked. And then Evan Mobley,
which isn't weird, by the way, which is an ongoing thing with him of late in the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people had him basically getting traded this year, but he kind of fixed men's or whatever. They're also a team that just number one can't rerun this, and I don't see them going after Giannis. And they just, I think they're gonna panic trade and just fucking overpay for either Kevin Durant or someone.
So that's if KD even wants to go there, really, right?
I think they're just gonna fucking bite the bullet and just be like it or not, you're playing in Cleveland. He only has one more year. He has 2 more years left on his contract.
Exactly, but that's why I'm saying what are you gonna give up for him? Because the Suns they're gonna want something in return. Future picks, and some probably DeAndre Hunter or something like that. I don't know. I don't see KD going there. I just think they're gonna stay. They're gonna stay pat. They'll probably brush up on the small forward in their bench.
2025, 2026 is his last year on that contract. So he's basically a rental.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You're not gonna get much in return for a rental.
Yeah, but if you're Kevin Durant,
that's a trade deadline for sure.
If you're the Cavs, I think you're pulling the trigger during the summer.
for a win now moment.
Yeah.
I think they'll do it. I just don't think KD. Like, I'm not high on KD as you are. Like, I think KD is gonna go to like a team that's already like they just need a guy to do clean up the fourth quarter kind of guy. He's at that level now. Where he's just
that's what the Cavs kind of need, man. I feel like they just.
You think him and Donovan Mitchell can like coexist though? Like, I think he'd be a detriment to his game, to Donovan Mitchell's game.
Well, I feel like it's kind of just like rotating players in a way.
Yeah.
Like
I could see
someone's
him in
gonna take a
Houston
step
because
back.
I think him as a closer in Houston makes perfect sense because
but-
he'll just they have a shooter. They don't have shooters. He's their shooter.
Yeah.
He has a clear picture. Like, he knows what
I'll be a better fit for him.
I do agree.
Antonio.
I do agree with the Houston thing, but I think from the recent reports, what they're coming out is that
They're out, right?
they're out on Kevin Durant. They're out on Devin Booker, out of all people. They're kind of focused on either Giannis, and it depends on what the offer is for Kevin Durant. I don't see them overpaying for Kevin Durant, which they're probably just going to lowball them.
Yo, speaking of Giannis, bro, I honestly think the sleeper team to keep an eye on is Warriors. Like, Kuminga picks. Watch out for the Warriors going after Giannis.
Yeah.
You know what?
They're gonna go one last
sleeper for him.
Huh?
The Spurs. I think the Spurs might be a sleeper team.
I think
the
it's
Spurs.
It's not a sleeper. It's not a sleeper.
That's not a
I think
sleeper.
yeah, they're the favorite.
They're the favorite. Like, because if I'm them, like, okay, yes, the number 2 pick is gonna be a good pick no matter what. Like, that's that guy. What was it? The Dart? What's his name?
Harper.
Yeah, Harper. He's really good, but I'm pretty sure they're tired of being a lottery team. Like, you could get Giannis for that number 2 pick and some whatever. Like, you could definitely make that happen. Like, they
got picks in the draft.
Yeah, they got picks for days. So I could see San Antonio just making, like, you want a number 2 pick, you could still be relevant in Milwaukee. Yeah, I think Milwaukee.
I think they're keeping that number 2 pick. I think they're giving up that 11th pick, and then they're probably giving up like either not Castle, but one of their.
No, they can't give up Castle. Probably Vassell, right?
One of the rotation.
Brooklyn. Also, Brooklyn might be interested in Giannis.
But see, the thing is with Brooklyn, they don't have anything else. Like, who is gonna be Giannis carrying that team?
Yeah, it's basically you're just basically Milwaukee then.
It might take Clayton to get him though. You know what I mean?
But that might be a favor for Giannis to go to because he got projects in New York too.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, he does a lot of work in New York. Like, people see him all the time. The thing is with that though, like, if you're gonna get Giannis, you gotta get somebody with him as well. Like,
right.
You're not gonna bring back KD. No, that's what I'm saying. You're not gonna bring back KD. You're probably gonna have to, like, shoot for the stars on this one. You know what I mean? You might have to go trade everything.
Trade
You see that as crazy as that sound, that might not be too far off. Because again, the Knicks, the thing with Brooklyn, they generate, because the tickets are so cheap, they generate a good revenue for the city. You know what I mean? Like, they're always asses in seats because people want to see the other team. So if you get Ja Morant, you just do what the Knicks just did and just trade 5 picks. You know what I mean? Like, those Knicks picks, let's be honest, they're not going to be worth anything. You know, for the next 5 years, they're going to be in the top 20. They're going to be 20, 50, like lowest maybe 15. So, like, you just load those little picks, get Ja Morant. Again, I'm just throwing a hypothetical. I don't say Ja Morant coming here or whatever. Yeah, exactly. Anybody. Yeah, either one of those two with Giannis. Okay, now you're talking. Like, you just don't bring Giannis over here.
Austin Reeves is going to go to the Brooklyn Nets and pair.
No.
Is that really true? Like, they're trying to get rid of Austin Reeves? Is that legit?
I feel like that's a LeBron rumor. I feel like that's the fan of LeBron's. Like, when just
I see him in like a bunch of different jerseys and shit.
I think his contract is coming up, or he can opt out or something like that. That's why a lot of people were kind of giving that notion. Looking at a couple of these teams, I could see the Clippers going for Giannis. I could see Minnesota going for Giannis if they fumble. And losing the Western Conference Finals, kind of do like a little pack a punch.
Yeah, it's funny you mentioned Minnesota because Randall's he's opting out. I think this is his last year. Yeah, so that makes.
I feel like Randall just will take the contract, whatever he wants. I don't see him testing the market.
Yeah. That's the thing. Like, his market, what is his real value?
Wow.
A guy above 30 now. this is his first healthy playoff ever.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So like, if I'm a betting man, if he's smart, just stay where you at.
Yep.
The best bet, stay in Minnesota.
I mean, it's Minnesota, but
yeah. Look, listen, and nobody's gonna respect Ant until he leaves. And, you know, that day will come. That day will come.
I think Houston
Like,
should
it's
wait
just-
for that day. By the way,
Well, that's the thing. Like I'm pretty sure he got what? He still got like 5 more years left or some shit, level 4.
yeah.
And, like it's gonna be.
But they're
LeBron all over again.
They're technically in the second apron though, because they have not Jared Vanderbilt, but they have one of the wings. I forgot his name. Edwards, Rudy Gobert's on a contract, a massive contract.
You-
They have Nas Reed as well. One of the other wings, McDaniels.
think
Yeah.
Rudy, you think Rudy will be out soon though, right? Like it's like again, we're talking about when Anthony Edwards becomes a free agent, when he hits the market.
Well,
Like,
I was thinking like Minnesota has to like dump him because either he's gonna say like I want to be out in a way because every other superstar is doing that, or it's the scenario of like we can't afford this team anymore, so we
Right.
have to sell you as soon as possible. Kind of how the Mavs did with Luka.
Well, Luka, yeah. I think what's gonna end up happening with Anthony, again, it all depends on what they do in the playoffs. They win a championship, he ain't going nowhere no time soon. Like they're gonna build him a statue. You know what I mean? Like it's the same thing. Look at the teams that's out right now, right? That's in the playoffs right now. You got the Knicks, you got you got Indiana, OKC, Denver, right? And
Warriors,
that's about it. Right?
Timberwolves,
Timberwolves,
Pacers,
Yeah, so,
Knicks,
like-
Celtics.
right? So like minus the Celtics and the Knicks, everybody else is pretty much a small market, and you can say the the Warriors are a big market as well, but everybody else, like you win a championship in those markets, they gonna build you a statue. You're a god. You know what I mean? Like you never have to worry about anything. Like Anthony Edwards, like same thing with Giannis. Like Giannis, nobody's gonna get mad if he leaves. He brought them a championship. So like the same thing. Like if you just win them one, you're good. Like they'll never hate on you. Like that's why like if he wins a championship for Minnesota, like if you want to leave when your contract is up in a year before, 2 years before, by all means, you want us to chip. Like Kevin Garnett never did that for us. Stephon Marbury didn't do it for us. You know, when we had like that run in Minnesota when they had their big three, you know, when they had Latrell Sprewell, Kevin Garnett, and Stephon Marbury, they made it far, but they didn't go anywhere. They didn't win a chip. You got this kid who's a superstar who might be the face of the NBA soon. You know, you never know. Like his market is real. Like he controls his destiny right now, especially if they go to the finals and win.
Right. So, you guys want to talk about more of Giannis, or you guys want to talk about more of the games?
Let's talk about the games because that Denver game was wild. Did you guys see that fucking ballerina 3 by Giannis?
The end of the game, yeah, that call around, they threw the ball off and prayed.
Yeah, that I ain't gonna lie. When that shit went in, I was like, oh, Denver's gonna win this game. That shit went in. But again, like Porter and Murray choked the game up, man. I think in crunch time, you gotta give it to Joker and Gordon. They've been proven to like be clutch. I think Murray, I don't know what's going on with Murray. And Porter, like every time I watch him play, bro, it's like I'm just watching a disaster waiting to happen.
I'm telling you,
I feel like he's gambling the game away right there. No pun intended.
only time these Nuggets show up to play is when they play in the Lakers. I don't know why. But always when they play the Lakers, that's when we show it. Any other floor, they just shrink, and it's just Jokic alone.
Well, Gordon has been showing up though. Gordon's been killing it.
Yeah, Gordon stepped up this year.
See, I like Brown's game. I like Brown's game, but it's just the fact with him is just like today he choked. He missed a lot of corner threes, wide open corner threes. So they just choked. They was lucky the game was this close, but they choked this game away. They was up double digits in the fourth.
To be fair, I believe it was game 4 or game 3. Murray was cooking, and he's averaging 21 points a game. I mean, Aaron Gordon's the third leading scorer, and then Russell Westbrook is the fourth leading scoring for that Nuggets team, by the way.
What's clutch points though? Like, what is he doing in the clutch though?
That is not a stat that I can look at, but everyone's mind is except for Hunter Tyson, which I guess that's just garbage minutes by him. But everyone's
Right.
minus in Denver, and then obviously everyone's plus in Oklahoma.
Right.
I just think this is just a bad.
I think. Sorry to cut you off, but they're just going to 7. They're just going to 7 anyway. I think
Yeah.
Denver's going to win the next game, and then it'll be a battle.
Next
Yeah,
game
it's
is
gonna be
Denver.
rough. You can bank on that one. Denver didn't show any signs of like quit in them. I think they missed shots they
It is in
usually make.
Denver.
Yeah, the next game is in Denver, and then they're gonna win. Then it's really it could. I honestly think it could be a legitimate pick 'em in Game 7 because Denver has shown that it could beat them. Like this whole playoff, home court don't mean shit. Don't mean shit at all. So like anything is possible. And again, you can go back and forth between SGA and Joker. My money is like if I'm going down, if I'm fourth quarter, I'm giving the ball to Joker. Out of those two, my money's on Joker. I'll die on that sword. Joker has proven to me. You know what I mean?
Shay's not clutch.
Yeah, I don't trust Shay at the moment. I mean, look, Shay's great, but I need to see more of this. Joker has he has a portfolio of this shit. You know what I mean? If
And he hit the dagger though.
It was did he? I don't remember. I think he I knew he had an N1 and over Murray. That was it for that pretty much closed the game out because Porter could have hit a 3 and Braun missed a 3. So yeah, but that was the game was still relatively open. It was still the game wasn't closed out yet. But if you pinpoint when the game got out of hand was when he hit that N1. But again, like do you expect Joker to miss this amount of 3? That he shot dreadfully from 3. I don't think he's like the same thing with Boston. Like you knew they were gonna eventually hit their shots. Right. I think Denver just missed a lot of the shots that they usually make. And Joker was a little off today. He did look tired. But carrying that team on his back would make you do that. I mean, but I think they'll brush it off and kick and win Game 6.
I think the one thing that Denver's kind of doing well in is locking up Jalen Williams.
Yes.
Jalen Williams was destroying the Grizzlies, like belt to ass, destroying. Like he was just.
Yeah, but let's be fair though, it's the Grizzlies. That team checked out.
Jalen Williams looked like he was a top 5 player against the Grizzlies, but now
and also to be Jalen Williams is still a good player though. For sure.
Jalen Williams. I'm sorry, but I mean, a lot of these, this is like a bad matchup, but like Denver looks like their car's breaking down, right? Like they're just slowly breaking down.
As long as the series is going, even if they get through this series, it's gonna be a slug. I don't see them getting past Minnesota because they're going to a war with OKC. This is a war.
I think that's why a lot of people have Minnesota versus New York as the finals.
Yeah. I'm not saying New York is gonna. It's not an easy win for New York and Indiana, bro.
You're just saying that because you don't want to get jinxed.
Here's the thing.
You're reverse jinxing it.
Here's the thing. This is how true it is. I don't want to get him jinxed. The whole series, I haven't watched the game till the fourth quarter, right? I watched the whole Saturday game, and what happened? Game 3, they got mollywopped.
Bro,
I have text messages with my friends and my cousins like, yo, I'm gonna sit back and watch the game. I'm like, I don't fucking watch the game. I'm never watching the game.
That was me with the Warriors game.
Yeah, I'm not watching that series. That's why I'm happy to go to work tomorrow. I just want to keep. I'm waiting for like 5 minutes into the game. 5 minutes into the fourth quarter, I'm watching it. I'm like, all right, let's go. Let's go. Like, I'm not sold yet. I'm keeping it very level. Because even when the Knicks were up 2-0, I was like, yo, I had Celtics in 6. I have Celtics in 6. I did say though, the Knicks get 2 games, throw them a fucking parade. Throw them a parade. Because everybody had like a gentleman's sweep, Celtics in 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, nobody saw this coming. This is a big upset. But now, like, if the Knicks could what are the odds if the Knicks giving them a gentleman's sweep?
What are the odds that Boston, New York blows a 3-1 lead?
Oh,
that would
likely.
be funny.
Very likely.
New York will actually fucking like
implode.
Very likely. Very likely
the
that happens.
funniest thing ever.
that would be ironic.
Likely, if it would happen, it would happen to the Knicks.
Yeah, out of all
It
teams,
wouldn't surprise me at all. Yeah, the cardiac Knicks. Listen, you can't watch the Knicks if you have anxiety or heart issues, bro. There should be a warning before every Knicks game.
should be like the commercials. The fucking
side effects. Being a Knicks fan,
I think the Knicks win the championship. I think Manhattan is freaking sinking.
bro, I already put in my week's notice. I told my supervisor this. I'm like, if the Knicks win the championship, I'm not coming to work for a week. Like, I'm gonna be the J.R. Smith. I'm gonna be J.R. Smith and Klay Thompson in for a whole week. I'm gonna wear a fucking no shirt. I'm gonna have no shirt on with a sailor hat, carrying around a Hennessy bottle for no reason, bro. Just walking around, and everybody reminding me that I'm not on the team. You know what I mean? Like, it'll probably be the next time I cry if the Knicks win a championship.
Did you cry at your kid's birth?
Yeah, all my son's birth. Hell yeah, I cried like a baby.
Okay.
The minute I saw him as him being a him,
Yeah.
I was just like, oh my god, there it is. Finally, I cried at the fucking the gender reveal. You know what I mean?
He did.
When it hit me, I was like Kobe in the back holding the championship, just admire, like, holy shit, I got a boy. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, okay,
Yeah,
that's fair.
Bro, it'll be riots of joy. You know what I mean? Like, the police gonna earn their keep this that week, that whole week.
You might have to bail him out, Greg, if that happens.
Yeah, no, I'm doing ignorant shit for sure. Ignorant shit for sure. Because we'll never see this again. We'll never see this again. Like, one championship. And Greg, you know this as a Giants fan. Eli, Derek Jeter, like, those guys will live in infamy in New York. There'll be statues, there'll be stories, myth about these motherfuckers.
No.
You know what I mean? And, you know what I mean? You know Van as a Yankee fan. Jeter was like he could kill somebody and nobody will be mad. Like, well, what did that person do? You know what I mean? Like, they'll blame the other person. Like, Eli and Derek Jeter will never ever have to worry about paying for anything in New York. So the Knicks win the championship. Come on.
You think Jalen Brunson will be the greatest Knick ever?
It'll be a debate between him and Clyde for sure.
Yeah.
Because I remember my knowledge of the Knicks goes deep into the 90s, like early 90s. So the greatest Knick for me from the 90s to the 2000s was like literally Patrick Ewing, but he always choked in the big moments. And then when we went through the Carmelo phase, Carmelo just never had the right team around him. And then now you have Brunson. Like, this is probably going to be the best chance they're ever going to get in my lifetime, possibly.
Now,
like,
I got a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Is Brunson better than Melo right now?
Yes.
Yes.
Is that recency bias?
Yeah.
That has to be recency bias.
No, because
Career
I'm
wise.
still a Melo fan. Greg knows how much I love Melo. Like, Melo was the greatest Knick to me. Like, Melo's like he'll always be like I know LeBron is better, but Melo's always been my favorite player.
Yeah, but I'm saying
I just love his game.
Is Brunson a better Knick than Melo?
Yeah, because he makes other people around him better.
I agree.
Melo offensively is the GOAT. Like, for the Knicks, as far as the Knicks, he owns every offensive. Like, he was there for 5 years, and he just owned every record books within 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
He just took the Knicks record books and just shoved it up everybody's ass. But as far as New York, hey, look, the crazy thing is, even with Patrick Ewing and even with Melo, New York basketball has always been about the point guard. Always been about the point guard. It's always the New York point guard is always the building block for greatness in the NBA. Like, that's how a lot of these basketball players you see now, especially in the early 2000s, I came from the Rucker Park, the And1 guys. Those are all New York made. And Brunson is the epitome of a New York point guard. You know what I mean? Not very dude, we have Steve Francis here. He didn't fit in. You know what I mean? Yeah, he fit in. You know what I mean? He made sense. Raymond Felton, as garbage as he was outside of the New York Knicks, when he was with the Knicks, he was a New York. He made sense because he was there for one reason and one reason only.
Jeremy Lin was the best point guard.
Who?
Jeremy Lin.
Nah, he had a good 2 weeks run.
That was the time.
And
Then he ran away. Then he ran away from the playoff for some reason.
Melo,
It's because
Melo came back.
Melo came back, yeah.
Took it away.
Yeah, Melo came back. But yeah,
Said, I give him the ball.
when it's all said and done, even right now, you can say Jalen Brunson. It's a debate, but if he wins a championship, there's no debate. Even if I would even say if he takes you to the finals and comes close, like losing Game 7 or whatever,
Yeah.
it'll be just a debate between him and Wilt. That's
Yeah.
it. I mean, Walt. I'm sorry, Walt Frazier.
Walt,
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, Walt. Walt.
Ironically enough, if the Knicks win a championship, and we can talk about them in the finals or whatever, if that happens, you gotta thank fucking Nico Harris.
Yeah.
Ironically enough, you have to give him a ring, right? The Knicks have to give him a ring. Like,
Dude, I'll send him a ring. You know what I mean?
Guys, for what? Wait,
He got rid of. He didn't resign. Brunson.
He let Brunson walk. Well, Brunson wanted to resign with the Mavs,
right.
but then he like lowballed him,
Dumbass.
and he kept lowballing him, and then
Yeah.
One thing with Nico Harris that he can't do is he can't evaluate players very well at all.
he was a Knicks.
Not
He,
at all.
he was a Nike agent. He was like Kobe's guy.
Really?
There's a video.
Yeah. Hence why Luka's on the Lakers now.
There was a video where
Unbelievable.
where Kobe was telling like advice to either Tatum or someone, maybe Kyrie, and you can see Nico Harris behind them both, just smiling and laughing because he was part of the conversation. So like,
Wow.
he was really close to the players, and that's why he got into the GM league. Because
he's the reason Steph Curry's on Nike.
he's also the reason why Steph Curry's not a Nike agent as well. Yes, indeed.
Really?
Yeah, because he fucked up his name in the presentation, like the PowerPoint, and Steph Curry was like, "You guys don't even care about me like
I
that."
heard about this. Yeah,
That was Nico Harris.
He was behind
yeah,
it.
he was
What
behind
call him,
it.
Stephen? Or
How do he
Steven?
have a job?
Steven, yeah. How's he have
How
a
does he
job?
have a job?
He landed other players. I mean, he probably landed Kobe. He probably landed some other players. Basically how people got he got in because like they wanted to rob Pelinka, right? Like another Rob
right.
Pelinka. So
Well, talk about a redemption story with him, huh?
yeah, I mean, the first overall pick.
He might have won the trade after all. He thought that we did it.
we gotta wait and see because he might trade it away and get like Kevin Durant for that first overall pick, maybe. No, the reports saying that they're gonna stick and pick and get Cooper
Yeah,
Flag.
he's not gonna go full R word, bro. He's not gonna do that, bro. Never go full R.
Never go full R.
Bro, he's not. I think he's gonna stand pat. And again, based on potential and what I know, Van can speak for this. Cooper Flag is legit. He's legit. But just because you're legit in one thing doesn't mean you're gonna be legit in the other thing. But I think he is. I will go out on the way. I'll go out on the way and say like this kid is can't miss. Now, given the fact that Kyrie won't be into like middle of the season, if that, and then AD's issues, his broken nail,
AD's AD.
Yeah,
Klay Thompson.
I think, and Klay Thompson, I think is the biggest loser of all because I think he went to Dallas just to play with Luka.
Mm-hmm.
So, kind of buyer's remorse there. But I think this would be actually Cooper's Flag, actually be his time to shine. But then, given what AD's injury, Kyrie's not going to be there. It's going to be him and Klay, really, and a bunch of power forwards and centers. I think this kid will actually even shine even more. I mean, like, he could actually really show off his real talent because you're not going to have AD fucking taking over 90, like, in his way. So, like, I think he'll fit right in. I think he'll fit in perfect with San Antonio as well. I hate Philly, so I don't care. I don't want him to fit in Philly anyway. But he's perfect. He'll fit in with those two teams immediately. Can you imagine if Philly got the number 1 pick?
Oh my gosh.
I was thinking when Philly was when they have the 3rd overall pick, I was thinking they could maybe give that up for Giannis.
Here's the thing too, like if they would have had the number 1 pick, I would have been more sold of them trading that pick too.
Number 1 overall pick? No, I don't know.
Cooper
I
Flag
thought,
you can't pass up on.
Yeah, Cooper Flag is a guy. Unless you're trading down, maybe, and you're getting like a superstar.
It's Philly, man.
Because I was talking to one of my friends that was he's a Dallas Mavericks fan, and I was like, if Charlotte calls Dallas, Yeah, like pretend you're Nico Harris for some reason, and you're not going full R. And I call you, and I'm just Charlotte GM, and say we'll give you the 4th overall pick and LaMelo Ball for that 1st overall pick. Would you say yes?
No. Dude, there's cops outside my house. You know what I mean? There's cops outside my house. They had cops outside this guy's house. Like, people were really trying to, like, do harm to this guy.
Nico House? Yeah.
Yeah, there's cops at Nico's house, bro.
Yeah.
This is not bullshit. This is, like, legit. Like, they was going to do harm to this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think they could still do it, but
if they don't get Cooper flagged.
Right. They I don't know if it's a lock for Cooper Flag. They might switch it up, you know.
For his life, it better be.
A couple of months ago, everyone had Abdul Carter or Travis Hunter being the 1st overall pick, and now you see what happened. But that's just playing devil's. Just playing devil's advocate here.
I hear you, but at any other time period, any GM, I agree with you. I'll even hear you out. But this guy, it really would matter life and death with this guy. You know what I mean?
No, I mean LaMelo Ball in the 4th overall pick for the 1st overall pick is not. It's a really good deal, I think.
I don't disagree. I would even say number 2 for the number 2 pick as well. Like for San Antonio to do it, I wouldn't just see it. Even for number 3, I get it. But for this general managers and that team's sake, you can't do that right now.
I think LaMelo Ball will be a better fit than Cooper Flag on the Mavericks.
Because
they need a playmaker. They already got a lot of forwards and stuff for that team.
Yeah, so
I think it would just be too cluttered.
So I do agree. I do agree. They have a lot of fucking forwards for sure. But you can easily trade those off though, like for nothing.
No, so on paper, Kyrie's not going to play this year. Most likely not.
Most likely, yeah.
So you're gonna replace him with LaMelo Ball, who could potentially be injury prone. Who knows? But he's your true point guard. You have Klay Thompson. Then you can bring in a guy like Ace Bailey, that's what the mock draft says right now, as their small forward, and you can have like PJ Washington as a power forward, and then Anthony Davis as a center or whatnot. It doesn't matter who this lineup will be, but like that's what I was thinking. Like you get LaMelo Ball, who can basically be what, and then in the Charlotte side of things, do a fucking full rebuild with this guy Cooper Flag and not do a half-ass rebuild.
Yeah,
and you have Brad Miller.
I think it's like it's a good. It's not horrible. It's actually I would have pulled off that trade, but I still don't think I have a whole city trying to murder me slowly.
All right, let's just say you're free. If you're a new GM, Nico Harris flies to fucking Switzerland because he's in fear of his life.
If I'm GM JAH and I'm owning I still probably wouldn't do it. I like Cooper Flag's game, and then like I could get I don't need a superstar point guard. I could just get a Tyus Jones kind of guy. You know what I mean? A low end. You know what I mean? Like
Chris Paul would be great.
Chris Paul always makes people better.
Yeah,
you know you can get you could do patchwork in Dallas.
What about Russell Westbrook? Dallas
off the bench for sure. Look, he's been serviceable, man. Like I know he's a running joke.
Josh Giddey for Dallas Mavericks.
Oh, he's about to get the bag of Chicago. Yo, Ben, what's going on with Chicago, bro?
He's
Good
about to
segue,
get,
by the way.
We got robbed by the Mavs. That's what happened.
50-50 fucking coin flip, and you guys lost.
Yep.
Dude, you guys got 12.
That happened. I think it's the second year in a row that happened to us.
You guys are gonna have to hit. You see the problem? You see what you guys fucked up at? You held on to was it Vucevic?
Vucevic and Alonzo Ball.
You held on to those guys too long.
To be fair,
Levine and DeRozan, you should trade them and stockpile picks
at the
or
start of
get
the
something.
season.
Yeah,
they got rid of them at the start of the season.
To be fair, the Josh Giddey game winner was the reason why they lost the first overall pick, by the way. So, ironically enough, Josh Giddey, who's your cornerstone now, who's probably going to make $65 million a year, just ruined the first overall pick. He's about to make more money than fucking half the NFL right now. That is crazy work.
We're going to get him and Giannis.
I listen.
Cool.
I'm I'm happy that you have that optimism, but I don't think they're gonna do a division within the division trade or conference trade. It's always the other conference, if anything.
I'll tell you one thing though. If I was you guys, I would try and hold on to Kobe White or get rid of him. You get some good value for Kobe White. I always liked his game.
Yeah, he's probably yeah.
Kobe White is really good, but
Kobe White's gonna be a Laker.
I don't know what the hell Chicago is doing, bro. I don't know what's going on or what they can do. Because Lonzo Ball, you're tied to Lonzo Ball. You got an aging Vucevic right now. Like he doesn't look. He would have gotten a nice haul for him 2-3 years ago.
You could have got a nice haul applause if you traded him to the Lakers this year.
Yeah.
Could have got Dalton Knecht.
Any center right now. Yeah, the Lakers could get. Yeah, the Lakers will take any center right now. The Lakers need a center. Period. They'll take anybody above 6'8". You know what I mean?
Well, to be fair, okay. So the take with Chicago, and I think Draymond Green said this in his podcast before. Not every team is competing for a title.
Good job, your camera, black man.
Nice.
I think you're fine. He's fine.
Yeah. Okay.
He's fine.
He good now. He good now.
Yeah. So Draymond Green said that not every team is competing for a title. So I think Chicago's just trying to just get people on the seats. Yeah, just sell tickets.
Yeah.
Make money.
It's hard because people rushing to go see Lonzo Ball. No,
but I feel like it might be like the Brooklyn thing where it's like they're just watching the other team.
True, that's fair.
True,
that's true.
How many?
I don't know, but Chicago is just like that's a historic franchise, I mean, especially in the '90s. Well, only the '90s, really.
I mean, think about the Steelers, right?
Yeah, but the Steelers always find a way to make the playoffs and then disappoint. You know,
how about the Cowboys?
The player, they're like the Cowboys. I'll give you that. They're like the Cowboys. This is like not everybody. Or like they're not an American team, but yeah, I get what you're saying.
Or like the Lakers before like LeBron got there, like the Shannon Brown, fucking Vucevic, like the poor era of Lakers when like after Kobe, right before
Kobe, Shaq, and everybody else.
Like that fucking like sad period of yeah, like that sad period of Lakers where they just had fucking like
after
Travis Knight. Yeah, when Travis Knight was starting center
and Kwame Brown.
Yes.
No. Was Kwame Brown there still after Kobe retired? No.
Yeah.
Or after
Kobe. Yeah, after Kobe.
Lonzo and D'Lo and stuff.
Right before that, though, like a little bit right before that like period of time where they had like literally
D'Lo?
like G League players playing.
With D'Lo
like Chris Kaman was playing on that team.
What's his name? He be with Gilbert Arenas podcast.
Nick Young?
Oh, Nick Harris.
Nick Young?
Nick Young.
Yeah.
Striking 2 years. That team was terrible.
Yeah. I mean, they were still selling tickets, right? So it's like I feel like every
they had to. Yeah, it's the Lakers. Yeah, you have to.
Every team kind of has that.
The Knicks do it all the time. This is like what the pre-Brunson years. Come on, when they thought they were going to get, when they thought they were going to get LeBron era. That time, that team.
They're dreaming about fucking Zion Williamson.
Yeah,
thank God.
I knew that guy was gonna be a bust. I called that. I was like, I smell bullshit.
Pause. Pun intended, though. Pun intended.
Yeah, I smell bullshit on that one. I called that. I was like, dude, give me John Moran alone.
You think Cooper Flag could be the next Zion?
Did you? No, he's gonna be way better. But did you see Zion at the off? He looked jacked, bro.
Yeah, because he's gone. He's gone in a couple of months. He's gonna get traded.
Yeah, he's on the team.
Zion's doing the James Harden thing where he's like fat as fuck, and then like he gets traded and now he's fit randomly.
All right. So all right, fellas, let's get close to wrapping this up. Like let's end it with predictions now. We got 3-1 Knicks, Boston. Who y'all got?
Knicks.
Game 5, Knicks in 5. Knicks in 5.
I got Boston. I got Boston in 7.
Yeah. You got Boston in 7. That's some balls on this guy.
I have to, right? I have to go against the green.
Yeah.
One of us have to be.
I got Knicks in 6, man. I don't think the Knicks will win in Game 5.
Jaylen Brown's gonna go absolutely fucking nuts.
Well,
I think they lost. I think.
Actually, I think that you let him go off because then the best look. Now you just got OG. You just have OG on that guy now. Then you have like the defensive matchup benefits the Knicks now. Like you're just worried about one guy. If that one guy is killing you, that's Jaylen Brown goes for 50. Great. I doubt they're winning that game. You need at least Derek White. You need somebody else to score 20 at least.
Yep.
Somebody else got to score 20.
It has to be Porzingis,
Probably.
but yeah.
You would think Porzingis, but no.
Yeah.
You would think Porzingis, but he can't even give you 10 minutes.
Yep.
So like, yeah, I think for sure, like I want to see Knicks in 5, but the Knicks, like I like to call them the cardiac Knicks. I say Knicks in 6 because they like to make shit interesting. So Knicks in 6. Next up we got the other 3-1.
Thunder Nuggets,
Thunder
Nuggets, or yeah.
Well, we did that one for last because that one's gonna be an interesting one because that's actually a battle. But yeah, Golden State versus Minnesota.
Minnesota winning 6.
Yeah, it's 6.
Curry come back. Let's Curry come back.
And that's not happening. The earliest timeline is Game 6, and they're up to Game 5, and they're very down 3-1. Give me Minnesota in 5. They're gonna clean them out.
I agree. Minnesota in 5. Jimmy Butler has disappeared yet again. Playoff Jimmy, where's he at?
No,
He scored 30 points.
They're going to Minnesota.
Yeah, they'll play Minnesota.
Yeah, all right, yeah. Then the Timberwolves in 5.
But here's the thing, Kay.
He had 14 points last game. What do you mean 30 points?
He's hurt.
He had the same amount of points as Draymond Green. What are we talking about here?
No, like I agree with Kay on this one, but like
he took him out in the fourth quarter.
It doesn't matter. You have the same amount of points as Draymond. You have more minutes than Draymond. Actually, I'm looking at the box score right now by minute. But like, Jesus fucking Christ.
Dude, he's fucking hurt. You could clearly see that pelvic injury is fucking him up. He's fucked up.
That's
he's
fine.
Fucking hurt.
But
he runs like a Welshman. You see how he's running?
Yeah.
He can't run. And this is why I say this guy's playing a fucking pelvic injury, and this fucking asshole has a big toe injury. And he couldn't play Game 1 or Game 2.
Yeah. Listen, and I also gotta like give hate to Steve Kerr because you had Kuminga basically getting DMP'd 8 games in a row, and then randomly he gives you fucking.
When he plays, he scores.
He scores. So
he's
like
instant offense. He's instant offense.
I don't know
why.
don't
get it.
Yeah,
he must have pissed him off. He must have fucked his wife or some shit.
That's what I was thinking. Like he probably like banged his wife or something.
He did something, bro. He probably called his wife ugly or some shit. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah,
he clearly in the doghouse. You put Moody over him is beyond me.
Yeah,
I don't know. I can get why you put Gary Payne above him because Payne's definitely defense, but instant offense is what you need right now. Yeah, you got to start this kid. This is why you shouldn't have held on to him too long. I would have traded him while his stock was high as hell.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, right. We all agree. Golden State. Minnesota in 5. They're gonna just wipe him out.
I think Van has Warriors, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, winning the series.
Now, if they win Game 5 somehow, Game 6, Steph Curry's gonna come and save them. And Game 7,
you know one thing is to look forward to though. Like, I would love to see a full season of Golden State now. Next year, like I think I thought this was gonna be their last run, but when they all play together, they do look good. I think they could make a good run next year.
When did Curry get hurt?
Game 1, right?
Game 1, yeah.
Game 1.
Okay.
And Curry was cooking that game too. He started cooking off real quick. Yeah, this one. I hate making excuses because players get hurt all the time, but this guy is it's Steph Curry, man. He could play. If he was hurt, he would have played.
You want to hear crazy stat? The Warriors with Steph Curry are the best offensive team without their ranked 30th, which I think is the worst. It's an actual stat.
Let me tell you something. I'm telling you, don't sleep on the Dubs getting fucking Giannis, man. I'm telling you. That's my
They would have to. I think they would have to get rid of either Draymond or.
Nah, it's Kuminga. Pretty much Kuminga is gonna be the prize, and then the
No,
draft
but
pick.
the money doesn't add up with Kuminga, so I think Draymond has to be involved in that scenario, or Jimmy Butler.
No, Jimmy just signed an extension, didn't he?
Right. So that's why I'm saying it has to be with Draymond. Because it was either because when the Jimmy Butler trade was happening or was rumored, it was either they trade D'Lo or Shooter, or they can get they have to get rid of Draymond. And then when they were saying like, oh, Jimmy and KD might go to the Warriors, then a lot of people were saying, yeah, Draymond's out. And then Jimmy and KD come in. So if Giannis does come, and I think Giannis and Curry have really good chemistry and they talk a lot together, it might be either Jimmy or Draymond.
Yeah, it'll probably be Draymond because Jimmy just signed an extension. Jimmy likes it there already. They're gonna lose their balls without having Draymond though.
I mean, if you're
What's Draymond's contract looking like though?
I can give that to you right now if you guys want to talk about the other series. Up to you guys. I'll give you the contract. It is 4 years, $100 million in 2023. So he is a free agent. He has a player option in 2026.
Oh.
Then he's a complete free agent in 2027.
He'll retire shortly. He's not playing that long. Look at him. He's old as fuck. Look, he's old.
He'd be 20. He'd be 37.
Yeah, this is his last contract. This Kyrie's contract. These are all their last contracts.
Yeah.
One thing is going, which is sad to say, like when these guys' contract is all up, this is gonna be a bad team for a long time.
Yeah.
Unless you get like
horrible.
Yeah, the Warriors gonna be horrible from 2030 on. They're gonna be pretty bad.
No, this is gonna be a great team because by 2030 they're gonna get the first overall pick magically. 1% chance they're gonna get the first overall pick, and it's just gonna keep rolling. They're just gonna keep rolling.
We'll see. I honestly, Steph Curry's like the only reason I cared about the Warriors to begin with. Curry's like we're gonna miss him when we're gonna miss LeBron. I'm telling you, when they retire, like, because I think LeBron will still be in the league somehow doing something, but Curry's gonna be missed. He's gonna like disappear into like an island.
Yeah, LeBron's gonna be showing up to watch Bronny play.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Thunder Nuggets. Yeah. We'll wrap it up.
Right. Yeah.
Nuggets.
Give me Nuggets in 7.
I agree.
Right?
Thunder's in 7.
Oh. Oklahoma in 6.
Yeah, I think this is where experience comes in. This is pretty much Houston, Golden State all over again.
I kind of agree. I also think with the Nuggets,
I wouldn't be shocked.
The Nuggets not having a good head coach, right? Because they fired their head coach.
Joker's the coach now. You think that guy's the coach?
Yeah, I know, but I mean,
that guy's not the coach.
I just like the Nuggets are breaking down, and I
see them throwing up plays.
I seen Jokic drawing up plays. I'll give respect to I think Aaron Gordon said this where he's trying to get Russell Westbrook a ring. Or it was Aaron Gordon or was it Michael Porter Jr. I think it was Aaron Gordon. So I'll give him respect for that.
Michael Porter's pawned his shit already.
Yeah,
the DraftKings.
His brother did that, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna fall too far from the tree, bro.
Allegedly. So yeah, I just think this is them slowly breaking down. Like, Michael Porter can't even fucking lift his arm up because his injury is basically.
Why is he starting?
I don't know, but which is insane. Like, because you're talking about the big toe and everyone's being injured. This guy's injury should have been having him sidelined for like 2 to 3 weeks or some shit.
Yeah. It's a legit injury. It's a legit injury. Like,
yeah.
It's your shooting. You're shooting
his shoulder.
Yeah, that's why he has that patch on his shoulder.
Yeah.
He's hurt. Yeah, he's hurt. He's hurt. Like, he's legit hurt.
Yeah.
And then you have players with big toe problems who can't fucking play.
Yeah, Porzingis who has fucking as fucking
diarrhea. He had fucking diarrhea. He can't
some-
fucking play. He got shit
Yeah.
every fucking 10 minutes, and then he can't play. Fuck
Yeah,
that
so-
shit. I can't. Yeah, I think Thunder in 7. I mean, Denver in 7. But again, not the jack on the experience thing again, Paul, but they did go through it last year too. OKC. They did get a little humble pie last year. But they're just going through the motions, man. Like, this is what happens in the playoffs. Like, number one don't mean shit anymore. There's
Here's
no
the thing,
dominant
though.
team.
If Denver wins in 7, they're gonna get swept by the Wolves, right?
No.
You really think they're gonna put a fight?
Don't throw away things like, don't say that, and when you have Joker in your back pocket.
Listen, I understand that Joker has a back pocket. That man is crawling to every fucking timeout, man. He's dying out there.
I get it, but
You know they're not winning the chip again, or
He's definitely not. They're not winning the chip. I don't see them winning. Go to the finals, but
I think it's the same thing. You're gonna like this is that Minnesota. Minnesota Denver series is gonna be. I have Minnesota in 6. You gotta give them a fucking puncher's chance, just because you have Joker.
I can see Joker.
To be fair, too, also not to cut you off, man, but they have no business being in this round anyway. Aaron Gordon misses a buzzer beater. We're not talking about Denver right now.
I mean, the Clippers kind of choked Game 7, no?
Yeah, exactly. Like if you Harden beat Harden, this is that's what happens. But I think that you still have Joker as your wild card, and he hasn't even played. Like, well, I can't say that because he did kill it a lot. He played better more than he had, but I still think he's gonna give you two good games in Minnesota. Against Minnesota, and I think he'll win you 2 games. He'll win you 2. I just can't see them getting swept when you have a guy of that caliber.
It might be a gentleman sweep. I think that's more realistic.
I wouldn't even get mad at that, but you gotta give him one. And wait, who's the higher seed if they face each other?
Nuggets.
Yeah, I don't know. I could see them go 1-1.
Joker does get his way against Rudy Gobert.
You must, yeah, and then you got Rudy Gobert who's gonna guard him. Like that's Adam's gonna do his thing, for sure.
I mean, who's gonna guard Anthony Edwards then? To counter your point, right?
No, I'm saying Adam's gonna be Ad. Adam's gonna be Ad, and Joker's gonna be Joker. Is who role players is gonna shine the most? It's gonna be Aaron Gordon versus Naz Reid. I do agree. I think Minnesota have a better bench, better players overall.
I think they're just, but also,
yeah.
I mean, they 4-1 the Lakers. They're about a 5-1 the fucking. I think they're gonna have more rest as well.
Yeah, that's true.
The biggest wild card.
But the thing is too with that though, the Knicks is a perfect example. Like you went through a dogfight with Detroit. It made you ready. It builds up your. It's like these things build up momentum in game 1, and where Boston had 2 weeks off almost, pretty much.
Yeah.
And you go there sometimes rest is even look at it in football. The hottest team always seems to be the wild card team, right? That goes in and then they just molly whoop you look at what Washington did. They're a wild card team and they just go in there and win.
Yeah.
Like the Giants Super Bowl, they were like this. When you have those breaks, it seems like it takes you off your game. Whereas you go in a dogfight with certain teams and you're just like, all right, we just played 2 days ago. We're still in this. You know what I mean? Obviously, health is a big. You go in there healthy and you survive the dogfight. All it does is build your momentum. I think the Orlando series was a detriment to Boston or any team that even Cleveland. Even though Milwaukee got whooped by Indiana, there were dogfights early in the game. There was, these guys were, talking shit and fighting and bickering. These things build character. Talking shit about Halliburton, who's saying they're calling him overrated. These things build momentum. These things affect players. You know what I mean? And yeah, when a team like Boston, where everybody expects you to win a championship, they thought they were gonna give you the championship. No, a team like the Knicks, I think even Detroit could do something like. It wouldn't be surprising if they did what they did to Boston. I could see that. They got fight in them. Boston they show no fight. You got a bunch of finesse players in Boston. You need dogs around you. and Boston lacks dogs. It was cool last year because they pretty much was everything worked in their favor. Everybody was injured in leading up to that season except for Boston. They were the healthiest team.
Yeah. That's why they were the favorites, right?
Karma's a bitch.
No, this is their karma.
Yeah.
This is a revenge story for Minnesota and the Knicks for sure. It's only right Minnesota gets Denver, if maybe. And it's only right the Knicks get Indiana.
It sounds like the WWE made this fucking NBA playoffs, man.
Because the basketball gods were on the side. Like they were the good script writers this year.
I don't know if you watched WWE JAH back then or a year ago. But Tyler Halliburton had a chair. Then Jalen Brunson joined. Yeah, so they're having that, and then obviously the whole Julius Randle.
Halliburton had like brass knuckles.
Yeah, some shit like that. Oh fuck.
Yeah, dude.
I'm done with this shit.
It writes itself.
It's not writing itself. It's fucking forced. All right, this shit's rigged. Calling it the 1% chance, and you get fucking Dallas. The team that should, by the way, the team that was projected to lose like hundreds of millions of fucking dollars in revenue for the next couple of years just turned around immediately and overnight because they fucking a ball dropped differently. It's insane.
Bro, they're gonna talk about this is when the Knicks got the Patrick Ewing. Everybody thought it was a conspiracy to that because the Knicks wasn't even.
At least you saw them like the envelope thing. This was just like in the back rooms and something like that. Obviously, they kind of showed it afterwards where like the balls came up.
You should read up on that one too because they called it a frozen envelope.
Yeah, because it was like that or bent or some shit like that, which hilarious. But
and David Stern was a known Knicks fan, and like everybody Patrick Ewing was going #1. It's the same thing here. Like
I mean, LeBron kind of came out and was like, yeah, when I was coming out, Cavs being the first overall pick, right? It's like okay, all right.
It writes itself. Yeah, it wrote itself. Yeah, bullshit. It was all bullshit. The guy had a Nike deal in high school. Like, we knew where this was going. We knew where this was going. It was NIL before NIL, man. Let's get that out the way. So we're pretty much locked in. We got Knicks, Indiana. I think everybody had Denver except for you, right, Kay?
No.
No, I had OKC.
He had OKC in 7. I have OKC in 6. Okay. I had Boston in 7 and then Timberwolves in 5.
I had Boston in 6, man, but I'm going Knicks in 6 now. I'm excited. I'm
Boston
not game at all.
Boston winning in 7
It's in 5.
will be cinema, bro. That's all I gotta say.
For you, not for me. I have to
order my Boston shirt right now.
I'm like, yep, I saw this coming. I'm like, it wouldn't surprise me at all. Like, of course, the Knicks blew that fucking 3-1 lead. It would only happen to the Knicks.
If you're Boston, would you fire Joe Mazzulla? Just quickly.
No.
Okay.
Nah.
He won you a chip. He buys you at least another year. He'll probably have a 2-year window. The thing is, what is interesting with his new management, so his window probably did get smaller. But I think he'll probably, I say no, 2 years. He'll depending on what the team looks like. Because if they're gonna go full rebuild, I don't think you want to rebuild it. And we probably want to like a
Mike Malone's there.
Yeah. Well, he was my guy when the Knicks was gonna get ousted by Detroit, but I think Tibbs' job is safe. Even if the Knicks lose in 7.
Yeah, bro. If Tibb goes to the finals and win, his statue is gonna be there too, like next to Brunson.
And a time clock. It's been 50 minutes. These motherfuckers still moving forward. Oh man, it's crazy. All right, guys, let's wrap this up. Again, thank you guys for tuning into the Sportsload. Again, I'm JAH. That's Kay. That's Van and Greg.
All right.
Greg. Peace. All right, juices, fellas. Like and subscribe. Leave a comment.